And welcome back to Nancy's Neighborhood, folks. And I hope you all had fun with Corey and Michael and Nicholas about the Kool-Aid Festival, because I think that's great. And Corey is Nicholas's uncle, and Nicholas wanted to do a Kool-Aid Festival, so that's what they're doing. So I do have some things that are happening, some things that are coming up, and then the other part of my show is going to be Adrian and Alex were at the History Happy Hour, and I think Alex has edited and done a thing he's going to show you about the History Happy Hour. And my 97-year-old Uncle Ralph was there, and he was there at Normandy on D-Day. I can't remember whether he went on Omaha Beach or Utah Beach, but he went out on one of the beaches. And marvelous mind, and he, when you hear him, you'll understand. So I want to tell you about a few things that are coming up, but first I want to thank the Daughters of the American Revolution, the Ocoee Region Chapter. They were there at the History Hour. I think they were kind of co-sponsoring it, plus the fact that they made a donation to the museum to do a Revolutionary War trunk for the museum and their traveling exhibits that they have. And so I think that is awesome. So thank you, ladies, for being there. And it thrilled Uncle Ralph when you all were there to meet him at the door. Now, the movies in the park, folks, are not having such a great summer because the first two have been rained out. Now, on July the 13th, we have Christopher Robin's, and it will be at the Greenway Park, at the stage and the pavilion. And the area will open at 7, and the movie will start at 9, and there will be food vendors there, etc. So hopefully on July the 13th, they will have a little bit better weather outcome, because we have missed 2 movies out there, and I know they hate that because that's been something they have planned, and some of these things you can't do anything about. Now, Lindsay Bell, who is the drama teacher at Bradley Central High School, has a camp coming up this summer on June the 24th through the 28th, and it's called Annie and Her Orphans Kids Camp for 2019. And for more info, you can go to lbell@bradleyschools.net, or you can look right here on the screen, and there it is, so you can see what's going on. There is a fee for this, and I'm wanting to say the fee is $150 because I think that's what it is. But snacks and T-shirts are provided, and then they're going to do a performance at noon on Friday. Now, I will tell you that Drama Central is doing the musical Annie as their kickoff musical for this coming 1920 school year. So some of the students that go to this camp may be people that Lindsay qualifies for the parts in Annie that's going to come up in the fall. Now, on June 21st, we're going to have a book signing of Connie Gatlin's new book called Sunday After Sunday, and that's going to be at the history branch of the library, which is the one that's right across from the library. It's what used to be called the original library. It's where the chieftain stood for a long, long time. I was with Connie today, and she's excited about this. She will have the books for sale. She will be autographing them, and I think there's a brief time that they're going to talk about the book. I've heard one of the chapters in here was Sunday Whoopin', and this book is really, really good, folks. And those of you in Sweetwater that might be listening on Comcast, this is North Sweetwater Baptist Church, and her family was from there, and that is where she's written the book about her experiences there. So that should be a wonderful experience. Now, this week is going on the Museum Center Junior Entrepreneur Challenge, and that started out being from rising juniors to seniors, dropped it down to 9th graders. So I'm not sure that there's any spots left, and you'd be going in. If you showed up tomorrow morning, you would be going in a day behind. And I know that they have tables set up. They're assigned areas, work areas, where people are working on different projects. And so then the 19th through the 21st is a science and outdoor camp from 9 to 3, $55 for members and $70 for non-members. And folks, I've told you all before, a membership is like $35. And then it saves you, there's a $15 difference most of the time between what's between what a member pays and what a non-member pays for these events, these camps, and everything else. So this is something you really, really may want to consider. In fact, the other night at the History Happy Hour, one of the ladies was buying a membership because that way she could get in the History Happy Hour free instead of paying the $5 or $15 or whatever it was. So anyway, now we have a slide, I think, Alex, for the Wonders in the Woods summer camps. One of those has already gone on. The second one has already started today, the 10th through the 13th, which is 3rd and 5th grade through 5th grade. Then the 17th through the 21st is the high school camp. And then June the 24th through the 28th is the day camp again. And then middle school camp is July 8th through the 11th. And those are really great camps, and there is a fee for those camps, but I also know there's scholarships. So www.johnstonwoods.org, or you can call Broad Street Church 476-5586 and ask for Berta, and she can tell you what's going on there. All right, we also have the City Parks and Rec camps, and we have a bunch of those, folks. But the Fly Fishing Fundamentals starts tomorrow, and it'll be at the Phil Hour Barn. It's $75, and there's a limit of 12 participants. So it would be very hard to teach fly casting to anyone anyone over number of 12. So if you're interested in that, you need to see about that first thing tomorrow. Now, you can call Paul at 479-4129, or it's P. Wyrick at clevelandtn.gov. Paul is the director of these summer camps. They've tried to get started, and there's all kinds. If you notice, there's going to be an Art Shines camp later on, July 29th through August 1st, but there's other things that are going to be happening. So something my son told me about not long ago, he said, if there's anything on TV that I want to remember, just take my cell phone up really close to the TV and take a picture of it. So I guess on some of these, if you all want to remember any of this, you can just take a picture of it and you'll have it. Now, Cleveland State has some summer camps going on, and it was in the banner. So let me see what I can tell you. The STEAM camps at Cleveland State, they're going to have a forensic camp on July 8th to 12 for children 6 to 9, and that one should be fun. This camp includes hands-on experiences in the discovery of a crime scene investigation, and evidence analysis. And the topics will include forensic anthropology, fingerprints analysis, blood typing analysis, DNA analysis, and ballistics. Oh, my goodness. We're going to shoot a gun, sounds like. Okay. We're not going to shoot the gun. No, we're not going to shoot the gun. Somebody else will have already shot the gun, and we're going to have to do the ballistics analysis. So if you are interested in that, you can see here continuing ED at clevelandstatecc.edu, or you can call 614, Alex, we need to get that corrected, 614-8742 for more information about that. And another thing I found, which we don't have a slide for yet, but I'll leave it for Alex and Adrian so they can do that. The Athens Community Theater is going to do The Addams Family. It's a new musical comedy, and they are looking for people to be in the Addams Family. And they're going to have auditions July the 28th at 2 p.m. and July 20th at 6 p.m. And I'm wondering now if that's July 30th. But the production date is October 11 through 20, and I took this right off their website. So they're looking for men and women, and they're looking for Gomez Adams, Morticia, Uncle Fester, Wednesday, Pugsley, Grandma, Lurch, Mal, Alice, Lucas, and the Ancestors. So they are looking for quite a few people for this event. So this should be great, and I will leave this for the boys to do a slide on that. Now, Meigs County, some of you all listen to me over there on Comcast 210. Downtown Summer Nights will be, and I'm going to leave this for the guys to do a slide on too, June the 15th at 6 p.m., Steve Miller, Legacy, and the 21st at 6 p.m., the Georgia Thunderbolts and the Kentucky Headhunters. And these are all going to be, they're free admission, and I am not sure where it's going to be. Okay, let's see. It doesn't say. Third Annual East Tennessee Catfish Festival in Decatur. All right, I'm going to see if, and this is out of the newspaper. Guys, you might should have put your location on here, but they're going to have fireworks at dark, so this should be a fun event. So anyone who in Decatur who knows where this is going to be, would you please let me know? Because that would be great. So, because they're also going to have something on July the 4th, which it will also be wonderful. So, other things we have going on is we have Tri-Kids camps for the summer, and Andy Johnson was on 102.4 radio, 102.3 talk radio Thursday night, told me to call in and ask some questions, but of course I was at the History Happy Hour with Uncle Ralph, so I couldn't do that. But here's what they're going to be offering. Now, this is in Chattanooga, so those of you that are Comcast watchers there, or those of you that are Charter Spectrum watchers here in Cleveland might be interested in some of these, because we have the Duathon, we have the Triathlon Camp, we have lacrosse, and we have Tri-Kids running series, and Andy is very, very serious about this. So, and also at the, what you're going to see on the History Happy Hour here in just a few minutes is you're going to see the gentleman from the Tennessee Valley Railroad, and he did a presentation, and what his presentation was on, our ships with the oil that we were trying to get over to Europe and the Pacific seemed to be getting blown out of the water. And so we had to bring the rail in to transport a lot of the things. And he was extremely interesting. And his name is Charles Googe. I think that's right. And so anybody that's interested in the Tennessee Rail, you can call 894-8028 or tvrail.com, because they have all kinds of excursions that they do. They go down to Copper Basin. They go to, they do what's called the Loop out of Etowah. They do several things, and then they have dinner on the diner, which I think would be awesome, and that's something I want to do. So these are all things that you can look at and find out about. And also remember the Calhoun 200th anniversary, July 12th and 13th. I will not be in the United States at that time, which I hate, and that's going to be a wonderful thing, because the cardboard regatta, you build a cardboard boat and you see how far it will float. And I think they're giving an award for the best sinking of the boat. And then, of course, there'll be awards for the winners. And then they're going to have a 5K run, a 1K walk. They're going to have a history walk through downtown. They've got live entertainment on Friday night starting at about 6 o'clock. And then on Saturday, they have a live entertainment 2 times that day. And this is downtown Calhoun. And if you go up to the traffic light at what used to be Bowater, now it's Resolute, the traffic light there at Hardee's, turn right, then that's Old Bowater Road, go under the railroad overpass, and the park is right there on your left. I taught at Calhoun for 8 years, loved it there. It was great people, great town. And so that should be a great activity. And if you need an opportunity, go to the Facebook WTNB TV Facebook, and you can go back and recall Joe Bryan's interview on here, and he'll tell you some of the things that are going on. A lot of the things that night are free. Now, they will have some craft vendors, and they will have some food vendors. And, of course, you have to pay for that because those people paid for those booths. So I'm going to sign off now because I think Alex has a presentation he's going to do, which is the presentation of the History Happy Hour last Thursday, and I hope you all enjoy it because I personally thought it was wonderful. So for me today, this is bye-bye from Nancy's Neighborhood.